All right, cool. I'm going to come in like a wrecking ball. I'm going to just be like, this is important. I know I'm not Gary Graves. You got to pay attention to this because we got a lot of stuff to drop on you guys. A lot of things going on.
Sounds like you just did the intro. Welcome to USAFBL Fingerboard Podcast. I'm your host, Levine Cunningham, and I've got my co-host, Brian
Old
O'Neill.
man Brian. Old marketing dude Brian.
Man, long time on the cast.
I hope it's not going to draw down our viewing, but listen, I know that you guys don't want to listen to me, but
good news, everyone.
Uh-oh, I don't like the sound of that.
Listen to me right now. There is a lot of stuff going on in this podcast. We're going to keep it short and sweet, but we've got a lot of crap to cover, right, Levine?
Yeah, we got some stuffs.
We're going to be talking about the projects that we're doing this year. We're going to be talking about 2025, which I know seems like it's a long time off, but we've got some major stuff happening in 2025 with regional, massive banger events. Is that how the kids are saying it nowadays, Levine?
Good news, everyone. Those asinine morons who canceled us were themselves fired for incompetence.
Pretty close.
Okay, banger,
we'll give you a pass.
We're going to talk about the sanctioned events. We're going to talk about how they're going, what's going on with some of them. We just got a lot, man. And we're going to be talking about being a registered member of USAFBL. Let's go ahead and lead with the end. What does that mean to be a registered member of USAFBL?
Yeah, so being a registered member allows you to be part of a much larger network of fingerboarders. So ideally, what is happening is we are basically traveling across the nation. We're hosting sanctioned events across the nation, and we're basically gathering as many fingerboarders and joining our tribe, creating this huge community of where people can participate in events, just linking up, just getting people fingerboarding together and out and about. And so if you are one of those people who are just looking for another fellow fingerboarder, what's happening in the community, what's going on, definitely something you guys need to be looking into.
If you're an all access kind of person, you definitely want to be a member of USAFBL.
Definitely.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and get started, man. So we've got a lot of events going on this year, which are all sanctioned events. We did a little bit different this year. Instead of Levine loading up his truck with 15 to 20 parks and hauling his butt all over the country, sweating to death, we've got sanctioned events. You are going to be doing that for some of them, but tell me what a sanctioned event is real quick, and then we'll go into all of them here a little bit later on.
Yeah, so sanctioned events is where other event hosts are creating their own fingerboarding events, but they are hosting competitions under the USFBL rule structures. So it'll be just like you were competing at an actual touring tour stop at USFBL, but we have other event hosts that are hosting these events on our behalf.
And we've already gone through quite a few, and we did. How many have we done so far?
Man, I lose count. We have 22 this summer and fall.
Yeah,
and so
we've already knocked off 3 of them. We'll talk about those later on. But we've got 2 big projects that everybody's already asking us about, even though we just finished one of them, and they're already asking for when we're going to be doing that again.
Yeah, we're talking about King of the Plies. So what King of the Plies is, it's a fingerboarding version of Thrasher's King of the Road. We just got done completing this awesome contest about 30 days ago, about a month ago.
Dude, give me the sentence.
It is the largest multi-city outdoor fingerboarding team event.
Damn, good job, man. I'm proud of you.
It is not even in my notes too, so I feel like highly accomplished.
All right, so King of the Plies.
Yeah, we had 10 teams battle it out basically in a battle royale. You can catch all of these video submissions on our YouTube channel at USAFBL. These video submissions are absolutely amazing. They
above and beyond.
Above and beyond.
Above and beyond.
Sure. And of course, if you haven't been paying attention to those podcast episodes, I'm sure we'll throw out those episodes above me as well. So,
dude, as the person that edits your video, I really hate whenever you just say, I'm just going to throw out this on this
just throw it up there.
Because I got to figure out where that's at. I got to put it in there. We'll have a link in the descriptions to all of those places where you can go watch the King of the Plies, whether or not anything shows up above his head.
You're always my Debbie Dowd.
Hey, now, King of the Plies was awesome. I ridiculously went through those videos there was some really highlights. Even some of the videos that didn't make it to the top 3 were still, I mean, like Yuck Fingerboards, just funny. I mean, just funny stuff. Their alien thing all the time. I mean, that was just, they were all great. So I really hope people go and watch the King of the Plies for 2024. And when are we going to start cleaning the next King of the Plies?
We've got, should I give them some of the deets, some of the juice,
Yeah.
or should we, all right,
No,
so
let's do it.
all right, you're gonna hear it here first right now. So we've taken some notes, we've gotten some feedback from fellow team members and writers and other teams that were involved in it.
After carefully reading the scriptures, we've concluded that none of us are evil.
And
we didn't listen to anything they had
yeah,
to
we
say.
pretty much just scrapped it
ignored
all
it.
and
Yeah,
we're just
yeah.
gonna go about it our own way, basically. But no, we're
Kidding.
definitely gonna do a 2025 King of the Plies. It's gonna go down in the spring. We are looking at doing 4 regions: a King of the Plies North, South, East, and West. Probably looking at 5 teams, some pro teams, some amateur teams, meaning that if you are a fingerboarder with some buddies who want to get on this, we might have a few team slots open for you guys next spring. And we're going to have regions compete against each other. And then there's going to be a battle royale at the end.
Like what were the teams that we had this year? We had Teak, we had Pipsqueak.
Yeah,
I'm putting you on the spot. Gone, yeah.
Chems.
Yuck, Kim's.
Yeah, Pipsqueak Wheels. Fatties.
So if you're with one of the teams, you can be on there. But if you're just 4 or 5 fingerboarders and you want to call your guy, what's a cool name? You want to call yourselves?
I've invented a new children's toy. I call it QT McWhiskers.
Or whatever. You could possibly form a team and do it that way too.
Yeah. So it's going to be more open to the public. We were trying to do that this year, but it was kind of complicated, kind of expressing to people like exactly what this is. And so now that you can go back, look at it, you can touch it, feel it, see it, and now it's like you can completely understand kind of what's going on with it. It makes it a lot easier to pitch to people now. So people are super excited about it and they're on board for it for sure for 2025. So definitely opening up a lot more slots, and competition's going to get a little bit more stiff next year. We're getting challenges
and we've
together.
got the traveling trophy, right?
Yeah.
So now that trophy this year went to
Fatties.
Fatties has the trophy, and it's a duck.
It is a magical flying duck.
It's a number 1 duck.
Yep.
And it's cool if you want to see it. I don't know how they can see it. I mean, I guess we'll post it on Instagram. Go check us out on Instagram.
Are you going to put it above my head?
No. Well, maybe.
No?
Okay.
Maybe?
I'll put it above your head.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. So King of the Plies. Now we've been inundated with questions about this other one because we finished this back, 2000 early this year, and combo of the year, that is I don't think people realize how much of a gauntlet combo of the year
is probably one of the largest online just video submission fingerboarding contests like ever.
Now this isn't King of the Plies is a whole bunch of guys getting together, doing video, editing it together, providing a finished video, representing their region, their fingerboarders, kind of like what they're about. But combo of the year is different, whereas it's just a video of your combo, and your combo is competing against other people doing that, right?
Correct. And it's a global contest too. So like 195 countries can participate in this. So it's absolutely
we had with the amount of videos we got in, I don't remember what the final total was, but I know that we had over probably 500 video submissions for combo of the year.
I like to say it was even more than that, but it was outrageously crazy.
Well, some of them weren't videos of people fingerboarding. We got some pretty skanky stuff from some of you out there.
The cat memes and all kinds of weird stuff.
Yeah. But so what it is it's almost like, well, to put it into a kind of, it's almost like a game of skate to a certain extent, right? I mean, it's bracketed. Like people are bracketing down. You're winning and moving forward to the next.
We do it month. dirty dozen style.
Yeah. So every month we have the top dirty dozen, and then those people move on and they compete with any new video submissions. And if you get knocked out, you can submit again, and you could be in the running for the next month. But every month is a series of dirty dozens, and we had a couple of people that made it almost from the beginning to the end.
Yeah, it got really intense that final last month. It was A lot of last minute just sniper shots, just people.
But what people are waiting for, Levine, is when is this going to kick off again?
Oh man, so this is going to kick off in September. So definitely start thinking about what combo you are looking for. We're also going to be adding some new categories as well. So we're going to have a transition category. So like, more of a mini ramp vert type deal, best combo on a transition. Looking for the most like authentic, most stylistic, like realistic, like fingerboarding trick or combo out there as well. So,
But this is not an editing competition. We need to be really clear.
mhm.
Combo of the year is about you doing the trick. So we don't want to see a bunch of jump cuts and everything else. We need to see your trick clean and clear on location, no music in the background.
Correct. So,
which I know a lot of people had a problem with that whole no music in the background request last time.
a lot of licensing fees.
Yeah. Thanks for that. Appreciate it. All right. So that starts in September. We're ready to move on. We're ready for this conversation about 2025.
2025. I'm excited for this. We're not even halfway through 2024. And the fact that like I'm almost more excited for 2025 than 2024 is kind of crazy.
Well, let's dial it back for just a second. I don't want this podcast to go on forever, but I need people out there to understand that there's things that Levine doesn't tell you that I'm about to tell you. Okay. And in 2021, 2022, 2023, the man wrecked himself getting in his truck, driving all over the country, putting on USAFBL fingerboarding events to really learn firsthand what a great, successful fingerboarding event needs to look like, and included creating the standards of judging and everything else that's happening in all of the 2024 sanctioned events this year. Would you say that's accurate?
Yeah, we've put together the blueprint, the process, and we've been basically developing a system of judging and contests that's easily implement. What do you call it? We can implement those on a regular basis. So yeah.
So now in 2024, you kind of step back for a break. I mean, we're still working as hard as we've ever worked, but
I think we're working harder now than
we're working harder now. But you step back and you said, okay, what we need to do is we need to create the epic event, right? Now we're not trying to take anything away from people out there doing great fingerboarding events, but what we're doing in 2025 is the USAFBL ultimate version of regional. And
correct.
How many are there going to be?
So we're going to have 4 regional events. We're going to have one in the West, one in the East, one in the North, one in the South.
Okay. And we're going to get to how those happen. There's 2 aspects of them. First of all, everybody needs to know that these are fingerboarding meetups to begin with. Number one, straight out of the bat, anybody can go to these events, right?
Yeah.
Anybody, because it's going to be a party. It's going to be exactly what USAFBL does. How is it going to be different than, let's say, if I went to an event in 2023?
It is going to be different simply because it'll be a 2 to 3 day event. So people will be able to check in either, it could be a Friday, it could be a Saturday, it could be a Sunday, or you can go to all 2 or 3 days, depending on how we have things lined up. But it's going to be a very fun weekend event. It won't just be
and we're trying
a typical 6-hour deal.
Yeah, and we're trying to work these around the idea of a weekend event so that there'll be some type of lodging, hotel available, things like that. But the regional events for 2025 are massive, and they take a lot of time to plan. I mean, it's almost like doing a Comic-Con 4 times a year, right? Because we've got to schedule everybody. We got to get all the rentals booked. I'm not going to bore everybody with the details of that, but we got 4 events in the North, East, South, and West. What is the North?
The North.
Good news, everyone.
It's just North.
Yeah, straight up, straight north.
Like, so so is that like, okay, so are we going to be like blocking this off with like a map and like this is because we're going to be inviting like pro fingerboarders to these events, right? They're going to be racking up points, and the top pro fingerboarders and stuff will be invited to the regional events. So we're going to have to like, I don't know, we're going to have to like district out where the hell you got to live to be able to get invited to that event, right?
Yeah. So we've already pretty much how do I say this? We've selected certain states to be part of a certain region. And so all the northern states will be in this region. We've already got those blocked out. Same thing with the east, the south, and the west. And so you'll have a map that'll showcase basically what region you'll be in.
But anybody can go to any one of these events. We're just talking about
Yeah.
people that are invited for the regional competitions. And there'll still be competitive events there for anybody that goes that want to sign up to compete, because it's all about getting the credibility of being a sanctioned fingerboarder, right?
Yeah, having these sanctioned events, you got to look at these as more as qualifiers, more like the Tampa Pro-Am series, basically.
This is history in the making, dude. This is like you actually create. I mean, our goal, or not your goal on this was to really turn fingerboarding into a competitive sporting event. And 2025 looks like that's the direction. I mean, you're the UFC of fingerboarding, man.
It is slowly becoming that in that direction, and it is becoming extremely exciting watching this unfold.
Okay. All right. So in 2024, right now, when you go into all of these sanctioned events, how do you rank up? What's going on with that?
Yeah, so when you compete at a sanctioned event, you're going to receive points basically. So if you defeat a unranked fingerboarder, which basically everybody starting out is going to be unranked, you'll get half a point for every single person that you defeat. So if there's, do math simple, let's say there's 10 people that competed, you could be, accumulating 4.5 points at that contest. And of course, the more contests and stuff that you compete in, the more points and stuff that you accrue, the higher up the leaderboard that you'll be in your region and in the nation.
Okay, now let's make it a little bit ugly. All right. Now I'm talking to all the fingerboarders out there. If you want to be ranked, you're going to have to be a member of USAFBL, right? I mean, that's kind of we've reached a point now where we're just putting out too much time and effort and money. We need you to go to USAFBL.com and sign up as a member, so that if you want to be ranked and you want to be a professional fingerboarder and you have your stats tracked so that you can be invited to a regional event or a national event, you got to do it. So the dirty part is it's going to cost you $25.
Good news, everyone. Report to my bedroom for a private exhibition.
And then we do all the work in the back end. We track all your stats. We make sure that you're on there. You want to add anything to that dirtiness?
Yeah, of course. My favorite part of the entire membership prospect of this is the fact that you're going to get hooked up with a customizable profile that allows you to input your information, your profile pic. If you're like a team rider, you can showcase your sponsor. If you're a team, let's say Fatties, for instance, they've got team riders. So if Fatties signed up as a league member, all of their team riders that are league members would be showcased for them as well. And so it's going to be a pretty cool way for teams and team riders to be able to support each other. You can find out, be able to connect with everybody as well. So it's definitely for the social aspect of fingerboarding, which fingerboarding hasn't really been that really like social as far as online. There's groups and Instagram, but I feel like this is definitely a different way to interact with more fingerboarders directly.
How much is a good set of? Okay, so
it's definitely less than the price of a deck. I mean, you can't buy a deck for that.
Less
so
than a deck.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing is membership means that you're going to get VIP access, after event party access, different things like that. There'll be lots of things involved in that. But really, it's about you being a professional, or at least a ranked, tracked professional fingerboarder. Even those of you that don't need to necessarily be competitive, if you want to join and be part of the crew and just be part of the tribe, we welcome you. There's some things in there that you won't use, like the medals and things like that, but just being in there. But the biggest thing is exposing yourself to the network of companies and people that are wanting to pay attention to what you're doing in the fingerboarding space. It's a great place for you to be able to showcase that.
Yeah. So if you're actually a company and you're looking for people in your region that are performing very well, that you might want to look for as sponsoring a team rider or a new team rider, it's a great place or a great resource for people to be able to search people in their area, stuff like that. So it's got a lot of pros and just all around, there's a lot of resources at hand for sure.
Okay. So now enough of that. I mean, that's not boring stuff. That's exciting stuff, but let's get to the really exciting stuff, which is all of these freaking events that are going on in 2024. There's so many of them. I mean, we've already done Dallas. We've already been to Battle Creek, Michigan. We've already been to White Lake up there with Grind, right?
Yeah, with the Ryan fingerboards.
Yeah, and we're going to be going back to White Lake here. Another date coming up.
We had Layton, Utah go
Layton,
down
Utah.
last weekend. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and we've just got a list, dude. What else have we got coming up?
Yeah, Houston, Georgia went down last weekend. We've got Salem, Oregon going down this weekend.
That's on the first.
Yep, 302 Casper. We've got Brentelton, Florida with Higher Up Fingerboards on June 8th. Got Hang Time Skate Shop, St. Paul, Minnesota.
Minneapolis or Minnesota, wherever there's
Yeah.
a St. Paul, you can just go.
They're
No, St.
close.
Paul,
They're pretty
Minnesota.
close. On July 13th. We've got Houston, Texas with Ditch Decks and Father Skate Supply on July 13th. We've got Ferndale,
Okay, wait a minute,
Michigan.
stop.
Whoa,
Hold the phone,
yeah.
hold the phone.
Yeah.
So we got two events happening on the same day, which we couldn't have ever done before.
No.
Okay, well, they're not our events. These are put on by these guys. We're just sanctioning the competitive part of the event. I think we need to insert that in here again. There's going to be a competition going on at these events that's going to be judged, and then we're going to be able to track the stats of those competitions.
Correct. I mean, we've got several events that are happening on the same day. So, like, even last weekend, we had Layton, Utah, and White Lake, Michigan on the same day, which it's physically impossible to be in two places at the same time. So it allows us to definitely go wide and branch out and connect with more cities and states.
All right, so let's move it on. We ended with what?
Yeah, we got Ferndale, Michigan with Da Vinci Casso. That's going to be a 2-day event. It'll be July 26th and 27th. Chicago, Illinois with Moish. That's going to be on July 27th. Rockmart, Georgia, July 27th with Zegheads.
Our buddies Zegheads, winners of King of the Plies 2024.
Nope, that's Fatties.
Good news, everyone. I've taught the toaster to feel love.
Damn it. Never mind.
All right, Rockmart, Georgia, July 27th with Zegheads. We've got Strathmore.
Winners of nothing.
They won stuff.
All right.
Shout out Zegheads.
Shout out Zegheads.
Strathmore, Alberta, Canada, July 28th with Fidgety Digits FB 403. And then going back to White Lake, Michigan, Grind Time 5, that's August 10th. And Dalton, Georgia, August 24th with Fresh Baked Fingerboards. Wilmington, North Carolina, October 12th, Port City Crew Fingerboards. And then Rogers, Arkansas.
Shout out to all the rednecks. We're happy.
That's getting ready to be me. We're actually moving back to the Ozarks in October, but that's going to be October 19th. And that's going to be a collaboration event with Gibby Dex, USAFBL. And then I want to say Teak Tuning. Pretty sure we just had a podcast with her.
I don't know that any of them want to be associated with the word redneck, but we know what it means in this area, right? We're excited to have fingerboarding down here in the Ozarks. We're excited to have them in Rogers, Arkansas. That's going to be a fun event.
It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time.
And then Denver, we got a couple more, but we don't have dates on them yet, right? We got one in Denver, Colorado with this.
Yeah, same with Mineola, Florida with Yuck Fingerboards. We've got Pearland, Texas with Hoodlam, Toronto, Canada with Six Gates, and Cleveland, Ohio with Bush.FB. So these events are to be determined. They're definitely going to go down. We just don't quite have all of the deets just yet.
Get your lives together, people. I'm just kidding. We love all these guys. No, I'm not kidding. Get your lives together and get us some dates so we can get this stuff promoted. All right.
Tough love from Brian.
Tough love from the old guy. Who cares? All right. So we've talked about the sanctioned events. We've talked about the big events going on this year, which is our combo of the year and King of, which is going to be starting in September.
Mm-hmm.
And then King of the Plies, which is we're doing 25, but we're going to get it. It's going to be more. It's going to be bigger and more regional.
Yep.
We've also talked about our memberships, which you can go to usafbl.com, get signed up, log in, pay your dues. It's an annual membership, and you will be tracked and listed as a member of the USAFBL team. I guess it's a team. It's our team.
Yeah, that's our tribe.
But you can be members of other teams, but you want to be members of the USAFBL team. So we can track your stats and spend all of our weekends going through all the numbers of people going to events, competing, and then sending us their numbers so that we can add them on there medals, have their, all their fun stuff. What do you want to just say anything else about that before we, because
Even
quite
if
honestly,
you're not a member, I still think the fact that, being able to go to a site and see a place where you can literally look at everybody's like fingerboarding statistics and stuff like that is still pretty interesting either way. So even if you're not a member, which you definitely should be, definitely go to USAFBL and check out like who's a member, check out people's stats, who's got like crazy medalists. Like, I mean, we got some serious I don't want to say ballers because we're not balling out, but there's definitely some fingerboarders out there that are heavily acclimated and you might be surprised.
and we need to put a legal notice in here. I don't know if it's a legal notice or not, but we're still working on this. All right. So give us a little bit of grace, guys. Okay. We've got your profiles up and stuff. The numbers aren't going to go in there immediately as they happen. Like, so all these events that we just got done doing, we haven't put that information in yet, but they will end up like for Dallas, for Battle Creek. I know where were you at last weekend or this weekend? Last weekend.
Yeah. White Lake, Michigan.
White Lake, Michigan. So like we've got 3 members that were competing at that event, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, but it's still a work in progress. All of the little buttons and stuff on the internets do not work automatically all by themselves.
I can't swallow that. Well, then, good news. It's a suppository.
Already up and running. So you can go in there and see some stuff. Probably by this time when this podcast airs, we'll have a lot of that sorted out.
Definitely.
But if there's a couple of errors, don't start like killing us over it. Okay. We're working it out.
Yeah, we're excited. We're excited for sure. But yeah, by the weekend, it should be pretty much a polished, ready to go system for sure. So we're excited. There's a lot going on that we're excited to be able to showcase this stuff to you. This has never been done before in the fingerboarding sphere. So this is a first, a milestone. And I think that this is definitely a great step in the right direction.
It'll be awesome. The membership on USAFBL. Don't forget to finger the like button. I guess we should have said that at the first of this episode, huh?
Yeah, I mean, if you made it this far, definitely finger the like button.
Nobody fingers the like button.
But they should.
They should.
It's so much fun.
No, I'm saying across the whole interwebs, people don't finger the like button anymore. It's an epidemic. It makes us sad because it really helps us out. Make sure that you hit the bell, get notified about USAFBL Fingerboarding podcast episodes coming to you every single Thursday
on YouTube,
whether they're good or not.
And then anywhere you can listen to a podcast, you can listen to it on Wednesday morning. And then if you're one of our Patreon subscribers and you're listening to this or watching this before everybody else, thank you.
Hey, by the way, last week's podcast with Teak Tuning,
phenomenal.
Badass podcast. It was a great podcast.
Yeah, phenomenal.
Much better than the last one you did with Gary Grace. But don't tell Gary I said that, all right?
Everybody tag Gary.
Don't tag Gary. All right, man. Anything else?
I think that's it.
Hey, Levine, do you have any shout outs this week? You're usually asking other people. Do you want to shout out to anybody special this week? I know you were on the road. You met with some people. Let's give them some love.
Yeah, definitely. Well, starters, let me shout out the weekend warriors from last weekend. So we got Grind Fingerboards. I want to shout out 801 Fingerboarding from Layton, Utah. All Good Fingerboards from Houston, Georgia. I met up with several people this weekend at the Grind Fingerboards event, like Cosmic Inertia, the Fatties crew. Shout out Duncan for throwing down some crazy runs and tricks at the competitive side of the USA Sanctioned events. I met up with Wes McFadden. Shout out to you. I know we've been chit-chatting a lot in our admin group on Fingerboarding Unlimited. Shout out Fingerboarding Unlimited as well. And till next time.
Till next time, guys.